In the sun-kissed cradle of Libya's forgotten coast, a son of the desert crowned his homeland in marble and tears. This is the story of Leptis Magna, a city that rose from the sands to become one of the Roman Empire's most spectacular architectural wonders, all under the patronage of one of its own, the Emperor Septimius Severus. Born in 145 AD to a local Punic Berber family, Severus never forgot his roots. When he ascended to the imperial throne in Rome, he looked back to the shores of North Africa, to the city of his birth, and decided to bestow upon it a glory that would rival Rome itself. Imagine the scene in the 2nd century AD, the emperor, a man of Libyan blood, standing on the dusty plains of his youth, his hand touching the cool stone of a newly erected triumphal arch. His eyes reflect the city's gleam, but perhaps also a flicker of sorrow, the bittersweet feeling of an exile's return, the weight of an empire pressing down on his shoulders. With the full might of Rome's treasury at his command, Severus initiated a building program of unprecedented scale. He poured wealth into Leptis Magna, transforming it from a respectable provincial port into a metropolis of breathtaking beauty. The magnificent Severan Basilica rose towards the heavens, its towering columns a testament to imperial power. A grand new forum, paved with gleaming marble, became the city's heart. A theater, capable of seating thousands, offered entertainment and spectacle. And everywhere, statues of the emperor and his family stood as silent guardians of this newfound splendor. These structures, gleaming like captured sunlight under the African sky, were a source of immense pride. But they came at a cost. The story of Leptis Magna's golden age is not just one of architectural genius, it's also a human story, etched in sweat and sacrifice. Imagine the weary Libyan laborers, their faces covered in the dust of endless toil, hauling massive blocks of marble from the quarries. Their backs were bent, but their eyes held a faint, desperate glow of pride. They were building a legacy, a city for the ages, but the air was heavy with the scent of cut stone and the unspoken grief for those lost to the dangerous work. Each column raised was a victory, but one snatched from the jaws of despair, leaving families to weep for sons buried beneath the very glory they helped create. This imperial favor also created a deep social divide. While some prospered, others were left behind. The monumental city, with its soaring architecture, cast long shadows over the humble local huts. Social bonds, once forged in shared struggle, were now strained by the cruel hand of imperial patronage. A chasm opened between those who benefited from the emperor's generosity and those who simply paid the price. But what drove Severus? What aching desperation, what relentless ambition, whispered through the desert winds to crown a Libyan as Rome's emperor? His rise was not easy. He navigated the treacherous currents of Roman politics, emerging victorious from a brutal civil war. The scars of that conflict surely weighed on his heart. Perhaps building Leptis Magna was a way to heal, to create something of lasting beauty out of chaos and destruction. He honored his city with unmatched grandeur, driven by the fragile dream of an eternal legacy. A monument that would outlast the fleeting nature of power. By the time of his reign from 193 to 211 AD, Leptis Magna had reached its absolute peak. It was a beacon of African Roman glory, a testament to what was possible when worlds collided. But its very splendor ceded its own vulnerability. The immense cost of its creation and maintenance lingered in the air. A lament for the lives left parched beneath the marble. The city's spirit, once vibrant, now carried a heavy burden. This era of fragile splendor was a double-edged sword. It turned interconnected dreams of prosperity and glory into the shattered hopes of those who were overlooked and crushed beneath the weight of legacy. The city thrived, but for how long? When the emperor's favor waned, when the treasury's focus shifted, neglect began to creep in. The magnificent buildings began their slow decay, and the families who had built their lives around this imperial project found themselves adrift. From a Libyan dawn to a heartbroken peak, the story of Leptis Magna is filled with mystery. Some might say that the ancient gods, perhaps the syncretic deity Serapis, had a hand in crowning their native son. Or maybe, hidden within the buried forums and crumbling colonnades, lie Roman curses, resentments that ultimately shattered Severus's weary hold on power. Did his ambition overreach? Did the city's grandeur become a source of envy and instability within the wider empire? Today, the ruins of Leptis Magna stand as silent, wind-swept relics. The marble statues have crumbled, their features worn away by centuries of sun and sand. The ghost of an emperor seems to whisper in the winds that blow through the empty arches. The golden soul of the city endures, a testament to a remarkable moment in history. But the full story of Septimius Severus and his hometown remains veiled in mystery, a silent cry of lost sons and fallen dreams. As we walk through these forsaken stones, we are left to wonder. What untold heartaches, what secret ambitions, what hidden costs still guard the emperor's dream? The sands of time continue to shift, but the questions remain, echoing through the ruins. What are your thoughts on this story of ambition, legacy, and sacrifice? Share your reflections in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the past, please like and subscribe for more stories hidden in history.